I did not mean to burp to start this.
Hello everybody, Patrick here. And today we are continuing our look at Age of the Primes Bruticus. With the only other member out at the moment, Onslaught doesn't release until the 20th. This video is going up before the 20th, but, or after the 20th, but like, as of filming, it's only like the 10th, I think? Let me check. Today is the 6th, actually. It's the 6th. Onslaught doesn't come out for another, like, week or two, so. But, yes. Anyway, so, only other member out at the moment is Brawl. And this is a nice, dense Brawl. This is probably the best Brawl figure I've ever owned. So, yeah, he's a tank. Underside is pretty damn clean. You can see top of his head, but, like, at least they made an effort to cover it. Yeah, the turret does rotate. Take that, Combiner Wars. And it goes up and down. The treads are very nicely done. There's not a lot of paint on display, but it's Brawl. He doesn't have a lot of color. Anyway, he does come with accessories. He comes with 3 weapons. 2 of those aren't even on camera. You get this little minigun, turret thing, which can plug right here onto the turret, which looks good. You can also plug it on, like, right here, if you think that looks better, and that gives you some rotation, but I just plug it on right here. And then you get these 2 giant cannons to mimic his G1 figure that came with 2 giant cannons. They can just plug on right back here, or you can use this front tab and plug them into the turret, or you can, plug them into the side of the turret, if, you want. If this is the look you want, you can do it. There is also a little bit of cool compatibility with Blastoff. Bring Blastoff in, you flip the feet down, you can notice there's a tab right there. That tab fits this turret section, or this gun. So you can actually give Bruticus Brawl's guns on his wrist. That is kind of cool. That is really cool, actually. Yeah, so we're just gonna plug them in right here. Obviously, they rotate independently because they are different, separate pieces. Yeah, I really like this figure. There's a lot of nice detail throughout it, and it looks good. This is a great Brawl, and he is dense and heavy. He's made out of, like, his plastic feels better than a lot of the other figures. But yeah, he does roll. He does have rolling wheels. This one's a little stiff on mine, but and right now he's more sliding but you can push him down. Anyway, for comparison, 86 Optimus mold. As you can see, he is quite a bit smaller. I feel like a tank should be bigger compared to a semi-truck, but maybe that's accurate. I don't know. I've never actually, seen a tank next to a semi. Here he is with the other Combaticons. And yeah, this team is shaping up really fucking nicely. I am excited for Onslaught and Swindle. Bruticus is my favorite combiner, so obviously I was going to go all in on this set no matter what. But, I don't know. These guys are really good. And I'm one of the people who prefers the toon styling over the toy for the Combaticons. I don't know, I just prefer how they look in the toon. That being said, I don't dislike the toy looks, but, still. And, oh my god. Sorry, I just looked down and saw holes in my leggings. And I think that might be down to my puppy. Or maybe it's a mouse, I don't fucking know. Anyway. So, there's that. Here is the Combiner Wars Brawl. This one is miles better. This one is like a, deep army green. This one's just brown for some reason. But, And here he is with RID-01 Armor Hide. Because, again, this is the closest I have to the G1 figure. I do have his back cannons, I just forgot to grab them. But, and a lot like Blastoff and Vortex, his transformation is like a more complex version of this, which I really like. But, yeah. Anyway, speaking of transformation, let's get down to that, shall we? I said I wasn't going to go into combine mode, but I think I will. His combine mode transformation is a lot more complex than, the other feet bots for the frame style combiners. That's because he actually makes the front of the leg and the toe, so it has to be more complex. Anyway, first thing you're going to do is you want to take this turret and shift it up. You're going to want to come here and you can move the arm out, but really you just want to untab the tread, this part of the tread. Then you can, bring the arm out, take the treads and bring them down. You're going to want to split the legs so you can fold the tread in like this. Just collapse the whole tread in, which is really nice. I really like that. And you can plug the feet back together. You're going to want to take these sections and just bring them down. You're going to want to bring the chest down, and the head will come with it. You're going to want to rotate the arms like this. They will kind of tab in like that. Bring this panel back. Do the same thing on the opposite side. His hands will just kind of hug Onslaught's combiner leg. You want to rotate the legs, and you're gonna want to bend at the knee, like at the actual knee, and it will kind of soft click into place. Then you're gonna want to take the treads. There's these slots right here, these tabs right in his ass. You want to do that. Then you're going to want to come to the feet, bring them down, bring out these panels right here. Then this tab will go into this slot, so you want to bring it up like this, and then in. Then you're going to want to close these panels up. And here is the foot. Obviously, no heel, because that'll be on the frame, but still. Yeah. And, you have the ankle tilt right here, which is going to be more of a shin tilt, but still. I like this. This is awesome. I love that he actually makes the toe. Even if he's not, standing on it, he still makes a decent portion of the combine mode. I love that. But anyway, on to robot mode. You want to undo everything we just did. Bring these down, fold these back in, bring this section down. These tabs will go into these slots right here. And then you can bring the feet up. They will tab into the treads. Right there. You can then split the legs. Bring the arms out and shift them back like that. Bring the arms out and shift them back. You're going to want to open the chest and bring up the head. It might be easier if you just bring the chest up and then bring the head down. Bring it down. But yeah, close that up. And there we go. There we have Brawl in his robot mode, and this is a nice looking Brawl. If you want, you can also have the turret sitting lower if you just want to, if you want to like that. I personally prefer the turret, being more up. But yeah, so that is Brawl, and I really like this figure. He is good. Yeah, I really like this figure. Getting close there on the head sculpt. You can see that nice bright orange visor and some more orange there in the head. Nice deep red mouth plate. Nice army tactical feeling. Like, it feels like he's wearing, tactical body armor, which is really nice. I like that. You can, of course, store the weapons. He can, of course, hold his tiny little pew-pew. But I usually just keep it right here. There's a couple ways you can store these guns. You can, of course, plug them into the side, if you want that. If you want, this look going, you totally can. You can, this is how I do it. I, just kind of slot them in back here. And yeah. There is an alternate display option that I believe the instructions actually show. If you rotate the turret and bring it down like this, you can then plug the turrets on here, like this, and give him over-the-shoulder cannons, at the cost of giving him a dick. But hey, this looks cool. If you like this, go for it. Me personally, I'm just gonna, keep them right here. That way, they're still visible, but they aren't overwhelming, like sticking out the side like that. Yeah, and I think that just looks badass. He looks good. For articulation, the head is on a ball joint. Get, nice rotation. Good degree of tilt. He can look up a little bit. He can look down a little bit. Shoulders can do a full 360. They can go out that far. And because of these joints, you do get butterfly. You get fucking butterfly joints, which is fucking cool. You have one right here, and then one that goes more into the torso like that. And, you can do... I got hair in my mouth. You can, kind of do backwards as well if you position it right, which is really cool. Waist can rotate. If you want to use the combined joint, you can. Waist can rotate, legs can kick forward, that far, all the way, back, all the way, outward. He can do the full splits. You got thigh rotation. You got 90 degrees of bend at the knee that does kind of thoop at 90 and at, straight. The feet can rotate, but they are also tabbed in, so, they can, you do get pivot, but, it is untabbing. And you can, you do get a little bit of forward movement. So this is a really, really good articulated figure. You don't get any wrist. Did I even go over bicep and elbow? I don't remember. You don't get any wrist, but that's because, it does this for transformation, and there's no space in there for a wrist. But still, he is still a very nice, very posable figure. Like, this figure can be really, really dynamic. But yeah, so for comparison, here he is with 86 Optimus. So I'd say they look good together. Here is the band so far. Move Brawl over a little bit. So yeah. Here is the band so far. Again, by the time this video comes out, Onslaught will have released, but I probably won't be able to afford him for a bit, so, But anyway, so that is the band so far. Here he is with the Combiner Wars Brawl, which I am a defender of Combiner Wars Brawl. Yeah, the gap's a little unsightly, but you can just bring the Combiner peg down, and that fills in his torso. So they actually do have pretty similar head sculpts, which is cool. But it's no contest. Age of the Primes wins hands fucking down. Here he is with R8001 Ruination, or with R8001 Armor Hide. As you can see, they look good together. They look good. It's little baby and his papa. As you can see, yeah. But there we go. But yeah, so that is Age of the Primes Brawl. I forgot to mention, but only his little handgun is blast effect compatible. Other than that, his big guns, his turret, they're not compatible with blast effects, unfortunately. But oh well. That being said, this is still an amazing figure. I am absolutely in love with all the Combaticons that have released so far in Age of the Primes. And I've seen reviews for Onslaught, and he looks gorgeous. Oh my goodness. But yeah. So anyway, guys, that has been my look at Age of the Primes Brawl. If you want this figure, aftermarket, really. But, still. I hope you enjoyed. Give this video a like, comment down below, subscribe. My cup just all over. And I will see you all next time. Peace.